Today we're going to look at how to play Your Body is a Wonderland by John Mayer. And this is going to be how he plays it with only an acoustic guitar live. And for this song we use a drop D tuning, which means that we have the lowest string tuned down from an E down to a D. So down a whole step. This song is in the key of F major, and we start looking at the verses and the intro, where we have the index finger on the 8th fret of the A string, and we have the ring finger barring the D, G and B strings on the 10th fret. And this creates this A-shaped bar chord. And for the picking, we use both finger picking and slapping. So we start off by playing the bass note with the thumb of the right hand, and then we play the D and G strings with the index and middle finger, and then we do a slap. And when we have slapped, we want to make sure that these fingers come back to their previous position so that they can pick the strings again. After the slap, we play all of the 3 strings at once. So the A string, the D string, and the G string. And this is the picking pattern that we're going to use for the intro, the verses, and the choruses. And the chord progression for those parts is F, C, B flat, and back to C. But the only thing we change here is the bass note. So we start off on the F, on the 8th fret of the A string, and then we play the 10th fret of the low D string using either our middle finger or our thumb. And we do the exact same pattern. Bass, high notes, slap, all notes. And then we move from C to B flat, which is the 8th fret of the low D string with our thumb, and the same pattern. And back to C, same pattern. F, C, B flat, C. Now we continue looking at the pre-chorus, which mainly consists of the chords B flat and C. So we have the thumb on the 8th fret of the lowest string and the index finger barring the 3 highest strings on the 8th fret. And then we place the ring finger on the 10th fret of the G string and the little finger on the 10th fret of the B string. And now for the picking. So when we transition from the verse to the pre-chorus, we start off with an open D string just before the first beat of the pre-chorus. And then we play the low D string with our thumb on the 8th fret. So the pre-chorus starts off like this. And then we play the G and B strings together. And then we slap. And then we release the pinky and play the low D, the G string, and the B string at the same time. So from the start. And then we play the bass note again by itself. And then we play the 2 highest strings. And then we slap again. And then after the slap, the pattern starts over again with the open low D string. So very slowly. And then the picking pattern continues. The only difference is that we play the bass note up on the 10th fret instead of the 8th fret. So we change from B flat to C. 8th fret, 10th fret, back to 8th fret, 10th fret, same picking pattern. then on the third time on the C, we don't play the high strings, but we stay on the G and B strings. And then just before the chorus, we play a G minor with the bass on the 5th fret of the low D string using our thumb, the ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and we bar the highest strings with the index finger. And here we play again open D string before playing the bass notes, and then we play the 3 highest notes, and then we slap, and then we do the exact same thing 2 frets up, A minor, open bass note on the B flat, a normal B flat chord with the thumb 2 frets up, and then finally C. Bass note F. And here's the whole pre-chorus slowed down. As I said before, the chorus is played just like the verse. The only difference is that we also add the B string at the 10th fret for the high notes. So we play this with the ring finger. And for the second verse and for the coming choruses, we also play the high B string on the high notes. And then we have the bridge of the song, which is the most difficult to play, I think. And here we have different versions of D minor, you could say. And we start off with an open low D string, the pinky on the 10th fret of the D string, the middle finger on the 7th fret of the G string, and the index finger on the 6th fret of the B string. And this is a D minor 7 chord. And to be able to play this without hurting your hand or arm, you'll need to try to get your elbow close to the body of the guitar, like this. And to be able to do the transitioning from this position to this position, John actually plays the low D string twice so that he can get to this position. So on the last round of the chorus, we play as we do normally. Then after the last slap, we play open D while making this transition. And then on the first beat, we play the low D again together with those 3 strings. And then we play the open A string while moving our fingers up 2 frets and adding the ring finger on the 10th fret of the A string. So. And then we play the A, D and G strings together. So from the start. And there, when you pick those strings, you can at the same time mute the low D string. And then we start this percussive finger picking pattern, which has the pattern thumb on the A string, index finger on the D string, a flick and a slap at the same time, and then pick the E string, the high E string, with the index finger. And at the first round here, since we already did the picking, we start with a flick. And here we scrape the thinnest strings with the index finger using the nail. And at the same time slapping with the thumb. And the thumb should land on the A string. So pick, flick, index finger, place the high E string. And then this pattern starts over again by picking with the thumb, the A string, D string with the index finger, flick and slap, and pick the high E string. And this pattern is played for 6 rounds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when you have plucked the high E string the 6th time, we pick the A string open while going down back 2 frets. So again we play the low D string and the D, G and B strings together. And then the A again, and then back to this position. Play the 3 strings together, the A, D and G strings, and then start the percussive finger picking pattern again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we play this going from here to here for 4 rounds. And after the 4th round of, we have a 4-measure instrumental part, which begins with, again, the low open D string and the index finger barring the 10th fret of the D and G strings. So this is the D minor 7 chord, and we play the open low string on the first beat, and then we play the high notes on the off beat and do a slap on the down beats. And on the 3rd measure we intensify the picking by picking the muted A string between every slap and picking. So. And then for the last measure we add the ring finger on the 12th fret of the B string to create a D minor 13 chord. And we pick this just as on the last measure. And then we go back to the last chorus. So here's the instrumental part, played slowly. I hope this tutorial is helpful for you, and just remember that this is a pretty difficult song to play, so be patient and practice. Bye.